Imagine walking away from one of the highest-paying jobs on Wall Street to sell books out of a garage. No investors circling, no safety net, just a hunch that the internet was about to swallow the world. Almost everyone thought it was madness. Bezos thought it was obvious. 3 decades later, that garage bookstore is Amazon. He owns the largest sailing yacht on Earth, a $165 million one. Beverly Hills estate, a compound on an island guarded by its own police force, and a rocket company now valued around $130 billion. Stay with me, because the way he spends reveals something most billionaire stories miss entirely. A curious mind. From childhood, Jeffrey Preston Bezos was born on January 12, 1964, in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and the trait that defined him showed up early. He took things apart just to see how they worked. Computers, science, the future, all of it pulled at him. His family moved to Houston, then Miami, and teachers spotted the intelligence immediately, while friends remembered a kid permanently mid-experiment. Every summer he worked his grandfather's Texas ranch, fixing equipment and solving problems with whatever was on hand. That ranch taught him something no classroom did. When something breaks, you figure it out yourself. Wall Street and the number that changed everything. He graduated from Princeton with degrees in electrical engineering and computer science, then went into finance, landing at the hedge fund D.E. Shaw. He rose fast, becoming one of the firm's youngest senior executives by his early 30s. The money was excellent and the path was safe. Then he saw a statistic that would not leave him alone. Internet usage was growing at roughly 2,300% a year, not 23%, not 230%. He understood immediately that a number like that only appears once in a lifetime, and that being comfortable while it happened would be the real risk. The garage. In 1994, he quit, and he and his wife drove across the country to Seattle while he wrote the business plan in the passenger seat. The company started in a garage, and the first product was books. The logic was cold and correct. Millions of titles existed, far more than any physical store could stock, so an online store could offer something no bookshop on earth could match. Everything. Orders trickled in, then poured. Within a few years, Amazon had spilled past books into electronics, clothing, toys, and eventually almost every category that exists. Today, it spans Prime Video, Kindle, Alexa, Whole Foods, advertising, robotics, and global logistics. The quiet monster inside it is Amazon Web Services, the cloud business that now runs websites, banks, governments, and corporations worldwide. Billions of people touch Amazon technology daily without knowing it. How rich he actually is in 2026. Here is where the numbers get slippery. In 2026, Forbes places Bezos around $224 billion, while Bloomberg has tracked him as high as $266 billion, and real-time trackers put him near $267 billion depending on the trading day. He sits fourth on the global list, behind Elon Musk, whose SpaceX listing pushed him past $1 trillion this year. The spread exists for a simple reason. Roughly 85 to 90% of his fortune is a single stock. He still holds about 8 to 9% of Amazon, somewhere near 900 million shares, so a 1% move in the share price swings his net worth by around $2 billion in an afternoon. He has sold tens of billions in stock over the years, much of it to feed his rocket company, and he is still one of the largest shareholders in the business he founded. Blue Origin. Amazon changed shopping. Space was always the real obsession. He founded Blue Origin quietly in 2000 and let it operate in near silence for years while it worked on reusable rockets. It has since flown crews, landed boosters, and built launch systems aimed at the moon and beyond. His stated goal sounds like science fiction: millions of people eventually living and working in space so Earth can heal. To fund it, he has sold Amazon shares year after year, pouring billions into a company that may never pay off in his lifetime. In July 2026, Blue Origin's valuation reached roughly $130 billion as private investors reassessed space companies following SpaceX's record public debut. For most billionaires, money is the destination. For Bezos, it is propellant. The real estate empire. His property portfolio is worth well over $600 million and stretches coast to coast. In Florida, he bought neighboring waterfront estates on Indian Creek Island, the enclave nicknamed the Billionaire Bunker, a private island with its own police department and almost no public access. Combined, those properties run past $150 million, and renovations continue toward one of the most fortified private compounds in the state. In California, he owns the historic Warner Estate in Beverly Hills, bought for about $165 million, one of the priciest home sales in state history. Built for studio boss Jack Warner, it covers roughly 9 acres with tennis courts, guest houses, terraces, and gardens. He passed on modern glass architecture for something with a century of Hollywood history in the walls. In Washington, he owns a mansion assembled by merging 2 historic buildings into a single residence of more than 25,000 square feet, one of the largest private homes in the capital. Koru, the largest sailing yacht on Earth, nothing captures the scale better. Koru, completed in 2023, stretches roughly 127 meters, or 417 feet, across 3 masts and is valued above $500 million. It carries luxury suites, lounges, a cinema, a spa, a gym, and swim platforms run by a large professional crew. Its name comes from the Maori word for the unfurling fern frond, a symbol of new beginnings and growth, about as on-brand as a name can get. Because a yacht that size cannot carry a helipad without ruining its lines, he bought a second one. Aviation, a support vessel worth around $75 million, trails Koru carrying the helicopter, the tenders, the water toys, and extra crew. 2 yachts, 1 fleet, functioning as a floating estate that moves. Jets, cars, and watches. He flies a Gulfstream G700, one of the most advanced long-range business jets built, worth roughly $80 million before customization, with private bedrooms, conference space, satellite internet, and the range to cross continents non-stop. When your schedule spans Amazon facilities, Blue Origin launch sites, and meetings on 3 continents, time is the actual luxury being purchased. His cars are almost boring by comparison. A Cadillac Escalade, a Range Rover, and a Mercedes S-Class. No supercar wall, no Bugatti. Deep into billionaire status, he famously still drove a 1996 Honda Accord. His watches follow the same pattern, with pieces from Omega, Ulysse Nardin, and Rolex, appreciated but never hoarded. Life with Lauren Sánchez. His personal life changed the public picture too. He married the journalist, pilot, and entrepreneur Lauren Sánchez in Venice in June 2025, a multi-day celebration reportedly costing as much as $56 million, with guests including Oprah Winfrey and Leonardo DiCaprio. She is a licensed helicopter pilot and founder of the aerial film company Black Ops Aviation. Together they travel constantly, back philanthropic causes, and spend much of their time aboard Koru. The money he gives away. In 2013, he bought the Washington Post for $250 million, and instead of rewriting its journalism, he rebuilt its technology, pushing digital subscriptions to millions and pulling a struggling institution into the modern era. In 2020, he launched the Bezos Earth Fund with a pledge of $10 billion for climate work, one of the largest environmental commitments ever made by a private individual, covering climate science, renewable energy, forest and ocean protection, and sustainable agriculture. He also funds education, medical research, and homelessness programs, and through Bezos Expeditions, he backs technology, biotech, robotics, and AI with a stated philosophy of thinking in decades rather than quarters. The real story. Add it all up, and the pattern is clear. He does not buy things because they are expensive. He buys leverage, a yacht that doubles as a floating headquarters, a newspaper he rebuilds instead of running, a rocket company that may not return $1 for 50 years. The luxury is real and enormous, but it has always been the byproduct rather than the point. Think about it one last time. A man left a guaranteed fortune on Wall Street because a growth statistic would not let him sleep. And 30 years later, he is funding a plan to move heavy industry off the planet entirely. Every fortune tells you what its owner believes in. This one keeps betting on tomorrow. Jeff Bezos' journey reminds us that extraordinary wealth isn't built overnight. It's built through bold decisions, relentless innovation, and the courage to think decades ahead of everyone else. From transforming online shopping and cloud computing to investing in space exploration and building one of the most remarkable lifestyles on Earth, his story is a testament to what's possible when vision meets execution. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more premium documentaries on the lifestyles, fortunes, and business empires of the world's most influential entrepreneurs and celebrities, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next story. And before you go, let us know in the comments. If you had Jeff Bezos' fortune, would you spend it on ultimate luxury or invest it in shaping the future? Thank you for watching all the way through, and we will see you in the next one.